Hi everyone, we are now on to lesson number 6, and for this project you're going to be creating a landscape drawing. Now I'm sure when you went through elementary art you learned what a landscape is, but basically this is your natural scenery. Mountains, valleys, fields. Sometimes there's man-made structures such as a small house or a barn, but not always. Now this differs from, say, a cityscape where you're seeing buildings or a seascape where you're seeing large bodies of water. For this project, you're going to have to make a decision. There's two ways a landscape can be completed. You can either work from a photograph that you've taken, or you can do in plein air, which means you're actually going outside, sitting down, and drawing what's in front of you. Now, if it is a beautiful day, I suggest going outside and doing that. It's a wonderful thing to create art outside. If it's the dead of winter when you get to this project, I would suggest taking a photograph or finding a photograph and working from it, but that's up to you. Now, you have some options when it comes to your materials for this project. You're going to be using an 8.5 by 11 sheet of art paper that's in your art kit, and you can choose whether you'd like to use drawing pencils or colored pencils. I have given a few examples that you can check out on the slides that show you some that are done in pencil, some that are done in colored pencil. Completely up to you. Now, when you go to get started, I want you to think back to our last lesson on perspective. And one of the main points of that was learning about the horizon line, and that is where the earth is meeting the sky. When you figure out what it is that you're going to draw, that's the first line that you want to get in there. And I would just lightly sketch it on with a pencil so you know where your earth is and where your sky is. Now, there are 3 parts to a landscape. There's the foreground, what's right in front of you, the middle ground, and the background. Most artists, when they're creating landscapes, start in the front with the foreground because that's the part that's going to be most detailed. And you're going to have to get that proportion correctly so that the rest of the landscape makes sense. So starting with the foreground, you'll move into the middle ground and then the background. Now obviously the background is not going to be as detailed as what's closer to you. So I want you to keep that in your mind as you're working through, as that just creates a sense of depth. And when you're looking at a landscape, you want it to appear as though it continues to go on. So good luck. I hope that you're able to get outside and do this, but if not, I can't wait to see what you come up with from a photograph. Have a great time with this. Choose what materials you'd like, and good luck.